All right, diving right in today, we're taking a close look at a big move in the blockchain world.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, our sources are pointing to this team up, a collaboration between TDU Blockchain and the startup Pastr.
TDU blockchain, they're the blockchain part of TDU Crossing, right?
Exactly. You might recognize their Upstone platform.
Ah, okay. So what's the deal with this Pastr company?
Well, Pastr, they came into blockchain through marketing and investment. And they're joining forces with TDU Blockchain, who are really pushing ahead with all sorts of digital assets and blockchain projects.
I see. And what are we trying to figure out today?
We're on a mission to unpack what this partnership is all about. What does it mean for the future of, blockchain innovation and expansion?
Makes sense. Expansion, like going global.
Absolutely global, and also a really interesting approach they're taking with a blockchain-based SPAC. We're going to dig into all that.
Blockchain-based SPAC. Okay, I'm all ears.
All right, so kicking things off, what really jumps out from the information we have is this drive to create something new in the blockchain world.
Like a whole new model for growth and development.
Yeah, they're not just trying to fit into existing frameworks. They're looking to build innovative models. And a big part of that is this plan to launch a blockchain-based SPAC.
Right, and for folks who might not be super familiar, a SPAC is a special purpose acquisition company. It's basically like a shell company that goes public to then acquire a private company and take it public too.
Yeah, sometimes they call it a blank check company.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that blockchain twist. How does blockchain potentially shake things up in the SPAC world?
Well, one of the biggest things blockchain brings to the table is transparency. Imagine using that for due diligence, making everything much more open and verifiable.
Yeah, and think about tokenized shares. With blockchain, you could open up investment to a wider range of people right from the start.
Exactly. That initial stage could become way more accessible.
Traditional SPACs, they can be pretty complex, involve lots of paperwork.
For sure. So a blockchain framework could really streamline that entire process.
I'm seeing that, and it's not just about making things smoother. This isn't just about the domestic market.
Right. The sources are highlighting a joint strategy. They're looking at global markets.
That's a big goal.
It is. It suggests they're not just thinking locally. They see the global potential of blockchain, the fact that it can transcend borders.
And we've got to remember that global demand for digital assets and blockchain solutions is only growing.
For sure. So it looks like they're positioning themselves to tap into that global market.
Now let's talk about the players here. We've got TDU Blockchain, and they're coming in as part of TDU Crossing, the folks behind Upstone.
They're bringing some serious infrastructure and tech capabilities to this partnership.
Absolutely. They've got established platforms, a solid technological foundation.
They're not starting from scratch, which is huge in a fast-moving space like blockchain.
Definitely not. And on the other side, we have Pastr with their background in blockchain marketing and investment.
So what are they bringing to the table, especially for this global SPAC strategy?
Well, you need to understand the markets. You need to know how to reach investors. And that's where Pastr's expertise comes in.
Particularly if you're launching something as innovative as a blockchain-based SPAC, and you're doing it on a global scale.
Exactly. They likely know how to attract capital and how to build a strong community around this.
Definitely valuable assets to have.
And it's worth noting that the official signing of this deal, it wasn't a quiet affair.
Nope, it drew a pretty big crowd, lots of industry experts, investors, even the media was there.
Which tells us something, right?
Yeah, this isn't flying under the radar. People see this partnership as a potential game changer. There's a lot of interest in seeing how this blockchain-based SPAC and the global expansion play out.
And after the signing, they had those networking sessions.
Lots of in-depth conversations about their specific plans for collaboration within blockchain.
Definitely shows a serious commitment to this project.
Absolutely. And we even have a statement from TDU Blockchain CMO, Ande Hayok.
Oh, right. He talked about strengthening that blockchain cooperation ecosystem.
Yeah, and using this alliance to solidify their position in global markets.
Pretty much sums up their goals, doesn't it?
Yeah, build a stronger, more collaborative blockchain space and use that as a springboard to become a global force.
So if we zoom out and look at the big picture, it's clear that this partnership between TDU, Blockchain, and Pastr, it's a big step towards this new idea of blockchain-based SPACs, and they're aiming for a global reach.
Absolutely. They're combining innovative financing with global ambition, and it raises a really interesting question.
What's that?
What happens when traditional finance, something like a SPAC, meets this rapidly evolving world of blockchain? What kind of unexpected opportunities or even challenges might pop up for businesses and investors? Something to really think about as we move forward.
Lots to ponder, for sure. That's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but we'll be keeping a close eye on this partnership as it develops.
Definitely one to watch.